How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while again and I keep saying this. I'm sorry, just ignore it. Anyway, what I was gonna say, the room that I'm staying in is actually my new room, but I won't be staying here for long because of me going outside of Stoke. That means I am moving outside of Stoke because it's been a year I came here, and the previous house, or that previous room which you have seen before, the contract with that house is over, so I had to leave that house on around the September last week. I had to move out of that house and I moved to this current house on October, and I've been living here for a month now. But I was gonna say to you guys that my update and what happened so far after the last video. There is a lot of updates that I have to tell you. I don't know which one to tell you first, but first main thing is that I finished the university. Well, technically I finished. Also, at the same time, I told you in one video that I'm gonna tell you about the job I was doing, but I couldn't finish that video. The next thing came up with a different idea. Then I went to London, I think. Yeah, that's what happened. But this time I'm gonna tell about the job that I was doing and the job that I'm gonna go currently with, which I am going to get a visa on that, not on the course that I did. Actually, apparently I couldn't get a job in that because of several reasons, but I was gonna tell you that the job which I'm gonna get or I'm gonna do soon. This is just an introduction. Like, I haven't actually started going for that, but I got the offer and now I need to figure out the visa application and stuff. So because of that, I said before that I will be moving out of Stoke. So this is what's happening. So this is just an introduction that I'm recording like before that I'm gonna post this video, even though this is not the day I'll be moving. But I just wanted to give a short introduction of what's happening. That's it. I just wanted to record this period because I won't be staying in this room much because I'll be moving out, right? So this was just a temporary accommodation. Like, I get to know this agent and he lent me this place for a short period. It's not on contract, so I can leave whenever I want. Yeah, that's the basic thing. So all these updates that I'm gonna tell will be included in the video which you'll be seeing. So yeah, that's it for this bit. Yeah. Story time. So going back to February 2022, I started working as a care assistant, which is the common job that you see around the UK for every international student. Most of them are doing this care assistant job, which is especially taking care of old people or elderly people who's having conditions like mental conditions, saying dementia, Alzheimer's, end of life people, and I mean some people who's not capable of moving by themselves. They may have sense, but they don't have that ability to move by themselves, so they're like immobile. That's what I meant. So basically, these are the people you see around these care homes and the nursing homes, and throughout the UK and maybe especially in England, you could see a lot of care homes and these nursing homes, because of once they get old, their children might not have the time or the facility to look after them, so they need better care. So that's why they get admitted into these kind of facilities or these kind of living areas, or senior living also called as. This is the place where I work, and I'm not a permanent employee of one specific care home. I'm an agency carer. Being an agency carer means I do the same work like the permanent employees of the care homes do. The difference is that I'm an agency carer, so I get paid weekly, and the higher pay rate that they offer, every agencies are like competing each other to get employees to work with them. My payment used to be, when I started, it was £9.50 per hour, and now that it increased to £10.75 per hour. So as I was a student back in my term time, I used to do 20 hours and I used to get around the mathematics. You can do it by yourself. So from February I've been working as this care assistant. At first it was fine going. Okay, the reason I started working as a care assistant was I used to work in a warehouse at first when I started my working for my part-time period. Then I used to work in the Chaiwala, which you've seen that video already. After that, I have to leave that place because of several reasons, which was mostly my personal reason, because of there was a problem with the management. Then that same month, I think it's on the next week, I actually registered with this company, and my company is called Wrexham Care. and trust me, this is not sponsored by them, but I joined with them on February, and I started working from March actually. So it's been 8 months now. I have got 8 months of experience working as a care assistant, and I'm gonna explain what my roles are. So this was the backstory of how I ended up doing this job right now that I choose to go with. Care assistant means you are actually the least powered person, I can say honestly, in a care home. Well, you're an agency carer. You go there as you get a shift assigned from your agency. You go there first morning, you just go there and you can see a lot of people standing there. It's called from the beginning of the shift, I'm telling, it's called handovers from the night staff or the night nurse. The night nurse reads out the concerns and the conditions of the residents who's in there in the home, and they'll explain how they did last night, how did they take the medication, explaining everything like that. And if there is any concern, it will be handed over to the day nurse. So it's actually a work which is 24/7. This keeps on going. Everybody works every time. So you just take the preferred shift, and the shift pattern works like it's like a 12-hour shift, like 8 in the morning to the 8. Some care homes starting from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the night, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the night. And there is a short shift period of a 6-hour period, which is maybe 8 till 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock till 8 o'clock, 5 till 8 o'clock. Different shifts that you get assigned from your rota or your agency, whichever one you're going with. After the handover is done, there is 2 options. There is like 1-to-1s, which is one specific person is assigned for one resident. You have to be with them for the specific period of time, maybe the whole day shift, or maybe a short day, maybe you'll get swapped for another 1-to-1s. Then the next will be floor. You're working on the floor, which means the people who doesn't need a 1-to-1 attention, you'll be either working single or you will be a pair with the permanent staff of that same care home, and you're an agency staff. So you go with them, you get them get ready from the bed, you get them washed, like wiping their body with wet cloth or wet wipes, getting them ready, brushing their teeth, like all the personal care that you do for them. Especially you can imagine by doing it for yourself, for your parents or any old people that you see in your house. So you can expect that thing. You're basically like a home nurse, like that's kind of a similar thing that you've seen back from your home, if there is such a one. Excuse me, I have to drink water again. So this is the 2 roles actually. So within these roles, this is the simple roles that you do. You go with them, you take care of them, you give the personal care. So the personal care includes pad change, assisting them with their brushing their hair, maybe even bathing, showering, all these kind of stuff. So that includes personal care. So the pad change, that's the worst thing everybody says, like that's the worst thing they can do. Handling their feces, their urine. Obviously you're a human and you have it within yourself. You do this every morning. Everybody does that. I don't think there is any problem with that. What if it was you, or what if it was somebody from your family member, or maybe even your parents? Then you'll know how valuable it is to do that job. Like, what if there was nobody to do this job? So that's how I saw this job from the beginning. It was kind of frustrating at first. The smell, obviously, it's not very nice. So when you handle this thing, you're just very close to this. It's not like you're smelling your own shit, no offense, but I think you won't get that smell of your own shit. But when you smell something else which is not yours, you're gonna get kind of like that kind of feeling, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you handle that. But trust me, you're not handling with your bare hands. You're wearing protective equipments like gloves, mask and apron. So it's not like there is not even a chance that you get diseases or any problem by handling these kind of things. As you get to do this from your experience, you'll be fine with this actually, if you're actually planning to go with this job. So I'm just giving an overview of how this job works and how it's actually helped me to get to the job where I'm gonna choose, which is kind of similar, but still I choose to go with this job for the next 5 years. This is all for that story thing. So now let's go back to the job waiting for me. So it's almost getting dark now, which is after 4 o'clock in the evening, because it's winter and it's December time. Christmas is actually next week, so I'm recording it around this period. This is actually a place, a chill out space, which I come often, which I don't get the time to come here more often like I used to, but I really love the space. It's so peaceful around here. It's like a small bridge crossing a small river, which is this one. This is, I think, I mean, I've taken you before this way. Like, there was a video where I was going for a supermarket, so this was the area which I was going through. But all this area, which is this one, which is actually away from the road, the town down there and all the busy thing. So whenever I'm feeling a little bit down, or maybe I just want some peaceful time, or maybe a little bit me time, I come around this place. So I really recommend you guys, anyone coming to Staffordshire University, do really have to come here and check out this place. It's basically behind the rugby field, which is next to the library, where you can find the rugby field, and just come straight across this way and you'll find this place. This is one of the nature reserve of the university, and so I thought I'll just take you guys here before I go out of, because I'm gonna miss this place, because I don't know, I need to find a new place actually where I move to go out and stuff like that. It's all muddy around here because it could be slippery because it's so wet down here. So yeah, so this is the place, and you can see the sun is already gone, and the small river makes it so much beautiful. See that plank down there, which makes it a really good photographic place, and people doesn't come here actually. It's like the people like me who's actually really nice to explore this place. People like me do come here. And I think the water level has gone up a bit than before. I think maybe it's the ice that melted. This is a river actually, not a small lake. I mean, I'm talking about the same thing I told you in the similar video which I did before. It's not much cold here, that's why I didn't get a jacket. So it's just windy and it's a bit drizzling. So yeah, I really love this place, and I'm gonna miss this place. So before I go, I thought I'll have to include this, because this place holds a lot of me time in the Stoke. So I will be going out of Stoke, and I'm gonna miss this. Anyway, let's go back to the third part of the video. Third part of this video, which I'm talking about the job that I got. So the job that I got currently is as a support worker, which is kind of similar from what I was doing, which is the healthcare assistant, but not exactly like that. This is basically taking care of the people who's having conditions like autism and learning disabilities. So they're not the people with dementia. So this is a bit different people, but most of the responsibilities are same. If they got to do personal care, gonna be that same thing, but most of them doesn't have, you don't have to assist with the personal care, which you just have to be with them mentally. They just need a mental support and such things. I mean, I haven't started the job yet. I'm gonna do an explained video, started the job. So I've already got the induction date for that, which is for about next month. Before I start that video, before that I'll be actually going back home before I start my work. So the next video you'll be seeing is another travel vlog from me going, because I got like a very short period before I start my work, because it's been a year I haven't been to my home, so I have to go there. And yeah, if everything comes all right, I can start my work from the next month, and I'll be moving to Birmingham. That's where I'm working. That's the update so far. And with this thing, I actually got a sponsorship as a skilled worker, and I'll be in, I mean, I already got the visa and everything. I'm just waiting for my BRP card to be received. After that, I'll book my ticket and just go home. So this is the plan for now. And yeah, so I've got the sponsorship or the visa for another 5 years. So it's a skilled worker visa. And yes, I am blessed to tell you that I am actually on work visa right now. I'm not a student anymore. So yep, that's all the news which is happening. And yes, I am happy to let you guys know about this. This is what's up with my updates so far. So if you guys want to know more about anything about my job, or how did I switch to these visa, if you got any queries, such things like that, you can always DM me on Instagram. I'll put down the link below. and I'm always happy to help you guys out. See you in the next one. So it's getting dark now because it's just 4 o'clock. Maybe 30 minutes it's gonna be even darker. So that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next one, which I will be going to home. If you guys want to see that video, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I don't say that often, but I just felt like I'd say that. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta.